Am I the a-hole for not giving my co-worker the money for the shift I covered for her? My co-worker texted me and asked for the money that I got for working her shift. This is my first job, so I don't know if I'm in the wrong. I need money to pay for a car accident and was happy to pick up my co-worker's shift when she asked me to. The day after the shift she texted me and said, "I think they accidentally gave the money to you even though it was my shift. Do you mind sending me it by Venmo?" I think she's just trying to gaslight me into giving her my money, but I'm not 100% sure. I asked my parents and my mom said give it to her, while my dad said it's my money, so I'm at a standstill. AITA here. Edit, I told her I'll ask the general manager what to do and she said no, just keep it. I asked him anyway and he said he'll talk to her, and that's the last I've heard from either of them as of now. Edit, I think she got fired. After I asked the general manager she texted me and cussed me out for telling him. Story 2. AITA for buying a PS5 for my daughter when my ex asked me not to. My ex and I have a 14-year daughter together. She also has 2 more kids who are 16M and 11F. We have 50-50 custody. Here is the problem. My daughter loves gaming. She has been begging her mom and I to buy her a PS5. I bought one for her a few weeks ago, but I didn't give it to her right away. I decided to wait until after an important and difficult exam that she had and give it to her as a prize for getting an A+ in that exam. A few days ago my ex called me and asked me not to buy a PS5 for my daughter, as apparently she has been gloating to her siblings and making them jealous because their parents are financially struggling and they can't have as many privileges as my daughter. My ex gave me a long lecture about how she doesn't deserve another privilege because of her behavior. I told her I will consider it, but I didn't promise anything. Well, she got her exam results a couple of days ago, and not only she got an A+, she was the only A+ in her grade. I was extremely proud and decided that she deserves getting her new PS5 and gave it to her. Yesterday I took her to her mom's home, and a few minutes after I left my ex called screaming at me asking me why I did it when she specifically asked me not to do it. She thinks I'm a huge asshole for doing this, but I think as her dad, I should be able to decide what my daughter does, or does not, deserve, and my ex doesn't have the right to tell me what to do. Story 3. Am I the a-hole for not warning my sister about her misogynistic boyfriend? My sister has a new boyfriend. They met 3 months ago at a nightclub. He owns a large-scale cleaning business, makes a lot of money and has a huge ego. Up until now my sister has had 2 boyfriends and both of them were around her age. She was single for a year before she met her current boyfriend though. My biggest problem with him, besides the fact that he is 15 years older than her, is the fact that he's a raging misogynist. I've only met him once, but he left an extremely bad impression in me. The 3 of us were having dinner and somehow the topic of the war in Ukraine came up. We were discussing how it's so unfortunate that so many people have lost their lives. At one point, my sister's boyfriend said something to the effect of, "Yeah, isn't it funny how women always demand equal pay and treatment? But when things get hot they are the first to flee and men have to deal with everything alone." My sister laughed uncomfortably, but I didn't know how to react, so I kept silent. She's also shared with me previously that a few times they were about to go out, he's made comments about her dress being too revealing, and she's had to change her outfit. She's 21, it's only natural that she would dress in such a way. The other day me and my sister were having coffee at my apartment and I decided it would be a good time to raise my concerns. I pointed all the red signs I am seeing in this guy. My sister currently studies law, she's worked really hard to get into a good college. I told her that if things get more serious, he will 100% force her to quit her career and be a stay-at-home wife. My sister got angry after hearing these comments and accused me of being jealous because she's found somebody so successful and good-looking who is going to take care of her. For the record, I've been single for the past few years, but it's because of personal preference. She then stormed off my apartment. She also hasn't returned any of my calls in the last 2 days.